Hey guys, it's Josh with No Dad, No Problem, featuring interviews, reviews, and how-tos that you can use. Alright, so today it's a beautiful day here in Nebraska, and we're going to be talking about one of my favorite things, grilling steaks. Now, grilling a steak properly, it can be a little bit intimidating at first, but using these simple steps I'm going to show you, you'll be a grill master in no time whatsoever. So away we go. Alright, so I'm using a pretty standard low-dollar charcoal grill. What I've done here is I've poured my charcoal out of the bag and I have positioned it in a pyramid triangle type shape to it. What that's going to do is that's going to let the ones at the bottom burn and ensure that the ones towards the top of it heat up. I've already added some charcoal fluid or lighter fluid to it, but I'm going to add a little bit more because I sprayed it down, I've let it sit a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit more to it to make sure that it's damp and ready to go. Then I'm going to want to use a match or a lighter. Being careful not to burn myself. I may burn myself as all I have is a mini lighter, but if I do, well, here we go. Alright, so as we can see here, the lighter fluid has been applied and it is going to get a burn. What I'm looking to do here is I'm just looking to let the flames go, and I want all of the charcoal to get to a graying kind of color where the flame has died down and it's red/gray, and that's when I'll know to put my grill top back on and be ready to cook. Now, there are a ton of different kinds of steaks that are out there, and I prefer to try to use good quality cuts of meat. What I've done here is I have marinated some steaks in the refrigerator for about an hour and a half. What I've done is basically I put the steaks into a bowl, added the marinade, covered the bowl with the lid, shook it up a whole bunch, make sure that the steaks were covered, and then I have put it in the refrigerator, like I said, for about an hour and a half. Since I'm about 10 to 15 minutes away from cooking, I'm going to take them out. I'm going to lay the steaks out onto a pan. And that is going to basically let them come up a little bit closer to room temperature before I put them on the grill. And I can make sure that everything is nicely covered. Now, you can season with something as simple as salt and pepper. You can use fancy different seasonings that are out there. Even just like Lawry's seasoned salt is great. So it's really what you want to do with it. Alright, so my charcoal is glowing hot, but the flames have really died down. I'm going to spread this around. I'm just going to use a metal spatula. There may be another way, but the metal doesn't burn, and I like that. I'm going to spread this out, and then I'm going to put the lid, or not the lid, but the grill back on top of it, and let that grill heat up before I apply my meat. For the spread, I'm just looking for fairly even. I'm not worried about covering the whole thing. Just enough to make sure that I have a good base and it's going to spread out fairly evenly. I have scrubbed down my grill already to make sure that it's going to be clean when I apply the meat onto it. So just drop that on there. Make sure it's centered up properly, and I'm going to let this just do its thing with heating up. Alright, so this has been heating up now with the grill top on for about 5 minutes. I can just run my hand over it. I can feel the heat emanating. It's at a good place for us right now. Not too hot, not too cool. Then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my steaks and apply them on. You can hear that beautiful sizzle as we put them on there. Now, a lot of people will talk about direct heat, indirect heat. I'm not really worried about it, as these are lean enough cuts of meat that they're not going to be dripping down and causing huge flame ups. Now, how long you're going to want to cook per side is going to be based off of the thickness of the steaks. Basically, the thicker the steak is, the longer you're going to want to let it cook on each side just to get to a proper level of doneness. For these steaks, these are about 3/4 to an inch thick, so I'm going to let it go about 5 minutes before I'm worried about flipping it. For about 5 minutes, they smell amazing. So what we're going to do now is we're going to flip them. I'm going to flip them with my officially licensed lightsaber tongs, which my mother-in-law got me for Christmas one year. These are pretty cool. Looks like a lightsaber. You push the button and it opens up into tongs. Alright, these beauties are done. Let's get them off the grill, take them inside, give a cut. They should be a nice medium. All right, so we've let these sit for a minute and we're gonna cut into it, see how it comes out. That, my friends, is a beautiful medium cut steak, grilled to perfection. All right, guys, so that's about it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please leave us a like. Let us know in the comment section any videos you'd like to see made. Please consider subscribing to our channel. Ring the bell for notifications. It helps our channel grow. We appreciate you. Be well, be blessed, be loved, and have the best day ever.